Right, still the 28th of the 5th, 2024. Old age pensioner, just. You're fucking sick. You keep walking past a fucking play school. I'm gonna fucking turn. No. This is turning fucking ugly. I'm gonna fucking smash you in, break your fucking arms and legs, you sick cunt. What's the next thing? X-ray just said. Bash you in, Justin. Gonna fucking get you with a HIV syringe when I visit from Barnstable, said. A further 20 loud bikes to Erections, roughly, and a load of banging in sequence to threats to say I'm breaking in, you molested Sadie, to rip you to fucking pieces, to break down your door and to fucking knife you dead, and to shoot you dead, and to break in and make your fucking life misery. Also, I'm ready, said. This is turning ugly, said. You're losing your fucking life, you child rapist. You should be looking at an old granny, said. You're an old fucking chap. Fucking sad, said. Molested Sadie, breaking in, Justin bind. Molested Sadie, bash you in, Justin bind. You raped Kim, said. Matty wants your knife dead, Justin, said. Matty's lawyer has been evicted, but that's what's been said. Justin, you're going to be killed, you child molester, you raped her, said. Child molester, you raped her. Smash you up, Justin, said. Bust, said. Busting in, bash you in, Justin. Should be with people over 36, Justin said. Loud bikes coming, inject you with fucking HIV banged, basically as I go to push record on it. You're supposed to be with negative Pikey, Justin, meaning Lisa Pike, said. Breaking in, Justin banged. Police car, Justin said. Stabbing you with HIV, Justin banged. Right, penis ups a motorbike and revving bash you in, Justin. That's also been revved and that's also been said as threats. And it's also been banged for a time as well. Bash you, Justin. Inject you with HIV, Justin said. Right, so the neighbour hears what I say on this recording, and then he says, that's right, Just, you raped Sadie. Well, I haven't raped Sadie, this is the problem. And I need to get a knife out and smash it in this person's fucking face to make that person learn to stop making fucking mistakes of lying and people ever accuse me of fucking rape, aren't they? Little nasty, little fucking screwed up fucking brainless bastard twat. Smashing you in, Just. There's been a lot of outside shit tonight. Justin Langford's a child abuser, HIV justice, smashing him in, HIV poison, molested little children, said. Justin being stabbed, dead Just. Knife him dead, said. Sick cunt, smash him out, said. Serious fucking knife attack, said. Smash him out with a fucking knife. Serious fucking knife attack. Shouted that was. Robbery, Just. Shoot you fucking dead. Dead, Justin said. HIV injection. In fact, I'm gonna fucking kill him with snake venom, said. Squirt of fucking venom, said. And Sven, that's his name, not fucking Justin. Gonna rip his fucking life apart, tear him to fucking pieces, knife the cunt dead and shoot him. Right, so I'm at Barrack today. It's the 29th of the 5th, 2024. The social worker phoned me up, so I need to see her. I forgot about the appointment. But let me just continue with last night's threats. Fucking child abuser, Justin, smash you fucking in, veggie. He molested Ian, said. Sick cunt, smash his head in. Sick cunt burglary, negative 40s, said. He's an old man now. He shouldn't be looking at anyone sexual at all. He should be with Lisa Pike. Gizmo Lisa. And also they've mentioned Shingles Attraction Lisa. And told me that I'm supposed to go with saying that he's sick. He's not supposed to have sex, full stop. Then there's been arguments. This is outside mostly. I'm gonna fucking smash him in and fucking knife him tomorrow. He's a fucking child rapist, a fucking woman rapist, child beater and woman beater, and getting nasty about it. There's about 200 threats in total, if not more, just in the first hour and 20 minutes. Between about 10:30 p.m. and coming up to midnight and early. There's just some people outside just giving it some. It's a possibility, to what I heard, that it could be some visitors to Shannon neighbour. Matty isn't there anymore because he's got evicted. But I didn't realise that Shannon was making a lot of the noise that was going on in the building. Or the people that visit there. So whatever's been going on, it was a very loud night, and it was not very clever at all. So there's about 100 bikes in total since I got back yesterday to leaving today and actually coming out today, tying to an erection. Initially when I walked out, there's a load of started cars, black and blue cars, sexual whatever, grey, knife shaped, gun shaped, even that bullet shaped one that's a 1940s looking car was tied. I don't know if it's the same car. There's been a couple of threats. Sick cunt, smash you in, Justin, shouted by a cyclist. I had that yesterday actually, by a cyclist or something similar. Then we had white cars after that. Drains hit over after, what was it, some form of child rapist threat, or you're going to be beaten to death. You're having a fucking robbery, losing all your fucking stuff, you fucking sick cunt, said. Something like that. Making your life a living hell. You're fucking paying for it now, you cunt. This is just the tip of the iceberg, said. Ripping you to fucking pieces. You got to get through to your head, it's fucking sexual grounds, you fucking sick cunt. Break your fucking arms off. Don't need to write stuff down. You're just a fucking child rapist. Fucking get lost and stuff like that. And I can't remember what the other threats are. And there's just basically the casual other threats that I've had as well. And that's going out this morning, so that hasn't been good. Well, anyway, I got to see the social worker. I made it to her. There's nothing on the catalytic converter hot point, which I name it. So I'm a bit surprised by that. But something has pissed me off, and that's a family of 4 have just walked past. So there's a bloke, a rough type bloke, who's aged about 27ish. He was smiling initially, I'll tell you why in a minute. And he had a girl aged about 10 to 12, so I don't know the exact age, she might be 13, but if she is, she sort of looks young for 13. Well, she's pregnant, this child that's walking in my direction. She looks more around the age of around about 11, but she's a blonde person, looks pregnant, very similar looking to this Gabby Borges when she was that age, or Amy Weston, very similar to the two really. He was with a sexual woman, a blonde, smooth-skinned woman, very very similar looking to staff worker that works at my place called Bex, but smoother skin and younger looking than face, although she would be about the same age, I would have thought. So anyway, this rough chap with a beard, and they also had another baby in a sling and that as well, the lady was carrying it. They basically said, he was laughing at me, said, I can't remember the wording now because I had to stop and do this recording a couple of times because I messed up, but basically said, he laughed, basically said, you can't go with her, she's a single mother now. And he sort of laughed, and I thought to myself, yeah, well, she's only about 11, and you know, but just saying what was said. I need to tell you something, but I can't do it at the moment. Right, so there's been another loud bike tying to an erection. Right, I want to get back to that story which I was going to mention like just now. So what happened is I was walking down the road, and just before that car came, when I said I'm going to have to tell you about something in a minute. Basically what's happened is there's 2 people having sex in the bedroom window. 2 old people passed and they saw it themselves. They could hear what was going on, they could hear the noises, and they're sort of laughing between themselves. I wasn't keeping a straight face, but I was walking past in a mush, sort of as if I'm not very happy, because obviously sexuality, I'm not going to get anyone. I've been sexually abused as a child, I've been stopped from getting anyone, and now I'm too old and too late to do anything. If it was in the 60s, 70s or even 80s and 90s, even at my age of being in my mid-40s, I'd still be able to get an 18-year-old, or even possibly younger than that. But they've changed the laws, they've changed the rules, they've brainwashed everybody into telling everybody it's sick. There's more than a couple of years difference in age. They fucked my life up, the elite have, so it's too late to do anything. Anyway, basically what's happened is, I mean, it's not someone you can look at either. So you have to sort of move out of the way when these people are having sex. Because one of them is a really rough type person, I mean muscly sort of build, bearded type person, you know, the rough type people that always start with me saying I'm a sick cunt, I'm going to break your fucking arms and legs off or fucking knife you down or shoot you dead or whatever. And he was having sex with a very smooth skin, soft skin type lady. It's the sort of lady that a man could just suddenly get an instant erection if they just walked into that sort of person in the street. I didn't actually see the face of this lady, but you know, she had that smooth, soft skin body, you know, the really sexy sort of tight body, and he was doing it. I didn't see what age she was, but if I was to guess, she had the sort of skin of a bit like Amy Weston or Gabby Borges. Amy Weston, the one I mentioned on a regular basis, or the Gabby Borges, who's the American singer-actress in America. Very similar to that, you know, that sort of smoothness. So I'm assuming this person's about early 20s. To look at, if you were to look at the skin, she'd look like she's a teenager. But the likelihood is she's older than that, because this bloke's a bit older than that, and obviously they moan about age gaps today. So the bloke was about 27ish, bearded chap, but rough build, tall build, not a person you want to mess about with. The bearded type, but the bearded type that wear a baseball cap and don't, you know, they start on you in the street, sort of, you know, the rough type, the druggy type sometimes. Anyway, the next thing that pissed me off is the noises they were making, because she was going, and he was going, in that sort of way. And I'm not being funny, but when you've not had sex in your whole life, you don't want to fucking witness that, do you? So then straight after that, or near enough straight after, they decide to time a loud bite time to an erection. So I don't know what the next setup is, but there was no other setups when I came to the graveyard. The road was actually clear, so I'll let you know the latest one after, because I've got to go other places today as well, so there's definitely going to be some more trouble ahead. Shot dead, sick perv said. Right, I've just been walking to the road where the social worker's going to meet me in her car, because we're going to meet up here today because it's a nice pleasant day. I don't fancy going in my flat to have a conversation, because the windows are open and all the rest of the people outside can hear or whatever. And there's an Yvonne van. Yesterday I had a clairvoyant predicting her girlfriend for me, which is going to come in the next couple of months. She said it could be as early as June, which is basically next month when I start to know this person, and she says you're going to get together by the end of December 2024, saying by Christmas or by the end of the year I'm going to be in a sexual relationship with Yvonne. Well, they've just timed an Yvonne van. I don't know if this is the same spelling, but it's making the same suggestion. It's spelled Y-V-O-N-E. That's what was on the van that just passed, but the problem is the following van that passed says no chance on the side of it. So what they're trying to tell me is they're going to fucking mess it up. So the government are going to mess it up. But let me tell you something, if they mess it up this time, this will be the last time they ever do fucking mess it up. Because if we go back to 2006, it's because of sexuality, and because of taking the piss out of me on sexuality, and because of taking the piss out of me being raped as a child in the earlier days, when I wasn't saying anything about it, or putting anything on the internet about this sort of stuff, this is what caused me to write Bomb Hinkley Point Power Station graffiti on the path. But it wasn't just that, there was many other things. There's a few other things that I can't mention. I was also attacked. I also had there's a kind of a breaking where stuff went missing, but it was done cleverly, and there was a few other things that occurred as well, and that is why I writ it. When we came just before the lockdown, they made the suggestion that I paid the price for writing that, and the setups dropped, but they've gone back again since the end of all the lockdowns. Anyway, we'll skip all that because I've already mentioned all that. And so basically, they were stopping me getting sex, and they told me that they fucked up clairvoyant readings in the past. Well, this Yvonne that's been predicted by this clairvoyant that I saw yesterday told me that it's not going to fall through. She said this lady's definitely going to come into your life, and it's going to, you know, and that's you're entitled to someone. Saying everybody's entitled to somebody, and she can't, you know, and all that sort of stuff. And she said it's going to be a younger lady than me. So I thought to myself, this is going to be very hard to do, or it's going to be almost impossible, but she believes it's going to happen, because I was quite shocked at the reading. But if we go to the setups that we just had, we've had an Yvonne van followed by a no chance van. Now I don't know if it's actually saying Yvonne when it's spelt like that, because I think it's spelt I-V-O-N, but regardless of how it's spelt or whatever, they're making a suggestion of that specific person, and if it falls through, there's going to be a whole lot of criminal damage, there's going to be a whole load of fucking problems and retaliations at the end of this year, and I think it's going to be the worst it's ever been in my whole life, if they make the biggest mistake ever and fuck up the final possibility, especially at 43 coming up 44. They don't want to be pissing about that at this age and telling me I'm a sick cunt when I've never had anyone or taking the piss out of me being sexually abused as a child and trying to hit me off with people thinking that I'm a rapist or mistaking me as Savan. So it's going to have to fucking stop. And that's reading, if it goes through, I should go fucking berserk. Right, my penis shoots up and I piss about and I just had to mess up. But no, hardly any battery power left in the camera. I've had to redo a video because a willy's going up high up over a loud biker time to an erection. They just won't fucking stop it. Being fucking smashed in, Justin, you're a fucking child rapist. Beat you to fucking death, shouted. Dead shouted. Right, just before that, I just had where the social worker's leaving, putting me onto the a different team, so I'm not going to have a support worker anymore. Social worker type thingy. She's left, so today's her last day, but she's still going to be in the building as she's going to be seeing other neighbours that are there. So if she sees me, she'll sort of say alright, but today's the official day of where she leaves, so any messages that I leave, I can't leave any messages with her. So I've had to delete her number out of my phone, but I can do it through email to the psychiatrist, doctor or whatever you want to call it, team. So it's working a bit different now. So that's the end of days for leaving messages, moaning about problems, but I can still put the stuff on the internet, so I'll probably do that. I did mention a clairvoyant reading, but there was two, you see. What was going to happen is I was going to speak to one person because I made a payment to do that, and I thought to myself, well, she's not answering the phone when I went to phone her, so I decided to go on the bus to Glastonbury and decided to get a proper reading going in there. So at the moment I've just demanded a refund basically from where I made the payment, so that's what I did yesterday. Right, so there's been a bucket carried my way. A car's just drove off from being started in the catalytic converter area, and a car's just pushed me over to the side of the road of where that car's just left, meaning that I got to go to where the catalytic converter stench is to let that car past. Right, so like I said, I've got no social worker anymore, support worker, whatever you want to call it, because she's left, and I'm being transferred to a different organisation or a team that works basically for them. They're known as AOT or something, and then you've got the home treatment team, which is not an organisation I like, which she was about to transfer me to, going back because I made some YouTube videos after losing my temper because of sexuality and the problem of threats and all the rest of it, and the build up of problems, the break in I had of where my stuff was stored and many different things like that. And it just caused me to lose my temper, and the fact that I've been sexually abused as a child, never had anyone at my age, and people naming me as a sick cunt, and this happening, and the increase of problems after the break-in of where my stuff is, it caused me to lose it. And because I did a nasty recording, she was concerned about it, so they got a home treatment team involved. Anyway, just had more threats, and this fucking beat you to death, Justin, you fucking child rapist. Shouted by a couple of people. I don't know if they're playing football or something, but that was what was shouted yet again, another threat similar. There's been a few other things said as well. Dead has been shouted again, but there is normal shouting as well, but I don't know why it's happening, but that's definitely what sounds like being said. I can't guarantee it 100%, but that's what it sounds like. Police are doing those sirens again in that stupid way. Not to say you're a child molester today, but to say you're being smashed out, Justin. So I'm not happy about it. You know, I mentioned sometimes I walk past that Gemma Ferguson lookalike down this path. Well, yeah, I walked past down the path. I seen her again. It's gone from smiling at me sometime last year to the occasional remark to just walking past or smiling walking past saying something, then surprising me with her age being roughly my age when she only looks like she's in her early 20s, to what's just happened now. So she's basically walked past and said, just get out of my fucking way, you sick cunt. So, you know, you sad person, but in like a stroppy way, and that's it. She didn't really look as such. She looked at firstly, give that evil sort of vicious pose, kind of vicious, not, just more of a dark pose. Sinister, but look, is a better way to describe it. And then said that and then walked past. Bird tweets molested Stephanie. Pervert, knife dead by crow. And another sound, but I couldn't make out what that other sound is. That bastard who was having fucking sex with that fucking girl that 8 or 9 year old girl in the cornfield last year in, when is it, September, I can't remember the month now, and I said that, you know, I said that he looked tough and he was a hard build and he's someone that give me threatening pass. He's only fucking started on me again, saying that he's gonna fucking smash me in if I don't get off that fucking path, let me through. You fucking pervert, saying I'm a sick cunt when he's had sex with a fucking child aged about 9. He's only got the fucking nerve to say that and fucking walk past me, but I can't say nothing to him because the cunt's fucking hard built. Anyway, we're back to the catalytic converter setup, and I've got to go to that road because I've got to go to the other, because I've got to pick up the medication. Because I've got to pick up some risperidone. The next battery's gone flat. I don't know why I didn't charge the batteries in the other camera because I've only got about 2 batteries left and I've got to do the rest of the day on them. But there's nothing you can do about the setups. So I've been choked by a catalytic converter hot point. We just reached midday and there has been 10 minutes of cloud today in total, and that was at the time when I was in the meeting with the social worker, support worker, whatever you want to call it, to basically say goodbye. You know, as a goodbye sort of meet up. Supposed to be looking at people 37 out, you sick cunt! Do you fucking understand me? Or do I have to fucking put a fucking fist to your fucking head? That's basically what was said from a car. Right, up the age to 37, or do I have to put my fist around your head? Think of your age. Said in temper by someone in car. Because obviously I'm 43. And obviously they don't allow more than 5 years difference in age. That's telling me to go pity people older than people that raped me as a child by 20 years. 10 years older than people that look uglier than people that raped me as a child, that tell me I'm a sicko if I look at them in the streets. That's nearly 5 years on top of the age Jesus Christ was when he was crucified, and Jesus has been in a sexual relationship with someone nearly 30 years younger than my age today when he was in a sexual relationship with Mary Magdalene. So Christ is really, really fucked up. I'll be holding this against Christ, and I don't give a shit if the whole world go in peril. I am holding sexuality against Christ. There's no way he can get away with what is... it's too late to do anything because of my age. I've discussed that on many videos before. Like, just to remind you and to rub it in, I was speaking to a Ukrainian lady on the internet in the time of the countdown of the UK from 2022 into 2023. There's a load of threats outside that year, in that specific year. Last year it's just gone, there's no threats at all apart from the couple of threats that occurred just before the countdown, but the year before was very aggressive, very nasty. My name mentioned anything from manslaughter, murder, to child rape, to woman beating, to whatever else, and lies and whatever else, and mistaking me as Savannah. Anyway, this Ukrainian lady initially added me rather than me adding her. She spoke to me, she's aged 25, and she said that she doesn't like me during the countdown of the new year because of my age, of being 42 or something like that at the time. Now this January, I've had the oldest person moan about differences in age, telling me I'm a sick bastard because you're supposed to look at people over the age of 40 because you're 43, and said that she's only 37, saying that makes you a fucking sick cunt because you're 43 and I'm 37. So that's the highest age that someone's moaned about as far as trying to chat to see if someone's single has occurred. As I used dating sites for 20 years up until 2018 or just under that, and before that putting postcards in the window in shops which was costing 25p back in that time, or 10p, but nobody was sort of responding, or they were telling me that they only go with men that are rough or hard or whatever, and saying that we don't give people like myself a chance. And then as the time goes on, they started moaning about age gaps and moaning about the colour of my skin when it comes to foreigners, and that's not as nasty as the age moaning, but whatever's happened, I've ended up with nothing in my whole life. That's zero, nothing at all, not even a shag. So that's why I've turned against Christ. whistling whistles, and you're a child molester, Justin said, by young people, possibly in a cursed way, rather than deliberate, I don't know. Justin Liar molested a child, says smash his head in, said as a separate threat by 2 Indian people for the second one. Right, it's time to get busy. Murder t-shirt, and obviously I can't get to the fucking shop to do anything, to buy anything, because obviously the government made it busy. Time to get busy. Murder just. Time to get busy. Nothing you can do about it. The creator's fucking corrupt. Crow says, knife down, but very clearly. The government are fucking satanically fucking possessed. Fucking Crow says knife down, very clear. Black, white car, black and blue fucking car reverses on me. Fucking sick, black and fucking blue. 200 more Christ, black and fucking blue, you corrupt bastard. How about I kill weed killer, seagulls, weed killer on bread Christ? Make you fucking understand what murder is, you fucking evil, fucking sex slaughter, fucking knife axe and tear apart through the fucking ice. Go and get that ice axe right through that ice, Christ, you nasty bastard. Throw me on the fire fucking grate, you cunt. Go on, carry on with it, because I'm getting fucked off with it. Right, catalytic converter control, vinegar smelling, rubbing 2 stainless steel knives against press, 100 times stronger, nothing you can do about it. Next catalyst, and I've been sneezed up by the way, I forgot about that. Back goes catalyst, and there's another 2 catalysts going back. Christ, you cruelty cunt. Rough person says unsafe man smash him out, and nothing you can do about it, the creator's fallen. I've blown up, and catalytic converter setups. And Abri tops, and Abri van actually, and right, so not just where does a willy go up, but tying to an itchy bum hole. The government needs to set up a loud mic. They timed that van. I can't say what the van is because it will upset my father, but it's something that says a name and is your man. There's also been Black and Blue's catalytic converter set up, choked by catalyst, 4 cell calls at me and sneezed at twice. I'm not in a very happy mood, so we've got all these people in Africa dying, starvation, famine, wars and whatever, and all these foreign people. But isn't it about time these fucking evil, sick little sexual white bastards that are in my race, isn't it time that these good life people that have sexual smooth-skinned teenage girlfriends and pushing a pushchair, and they have children that are going to follow in their footsteps, wouldn't it be just as good to get rid of them as well? Not being nasty, but everyone's a piece of shit out there. I don't know if there's something wrong with that plane, but it looked like there was a bit of fire coming from the outside of the exhaust area or something passing, worth mentioning. Right, there's 2 girls playing by the stream at 9 Springs. They walked past saying well sad as they walked past, but that's not what I want to mention. I'm only bringing this up in particular because one of them resembles Sally. There's a Sally Mansfield that lives in Bridgewater, is connected to the Dandos. They know Dopey David, which is David Mansfield, and there's Tim Mansfield and there's Jane Mansfield that were living near the railway station in Bridgewater many years ago. Well, this Sally Mansfield has a brother called, what was it, a chubby chap, a boy or whatever it was at the time, called Jamie Mansfield. Whereas she looked in that time, or this person sort of looks very similar to Susie Dent from Countdown when she was on there with Richard Whiteley years ago, mixed with this Sally lookalike, how Sally would have looked in those days. And I'm not quite sure if Sally Addicott's the same person as that, because there's been a lot of rows and problems and people starting on me when I've suspected that to be the same person as Sally Mansfield. Whatever the reason, it doesn't matter, because that's all gone. There's no chance of anything in friendship or anything like that, and I'm not going to allow a friendship or anything like that. And the other thing is, she's gone into negative attraction and she looks like Lisa Pike. And also, not only that, but she's a single mother and very used. I don't consider that to be a good way of putting a knife in me, Christ, to tell me to go with a used, worthless piece of shit that's old and ugly, Christ. And I'm not forgiving, it's too late. All the people in the past are through. So, colliding vans, choked by catalysts, trying to eat. Right, the government are giving it some today, colliding vehicles on the stretch of road. Right, so there's a trail or stench of choking catalytic converter. Got no choice in the matter. Busy road. Right, so I made it back to my destination of where I was earlier. So I made it through all these evil little bastards, these families with their scum little children that are little worthless pieces of shit that need to be blown up in a nuclear holocaust. But that's the way I see it, because obviously all these children that are born, they're just people that see me as a sick cunt and tell me, oh, you're supposed to fancy Lisa Pike, or you're supposed to fancy a granny on a Zimmer frame. They're worthless pieces of shit, evil cunts that need to just be fucking blown to pieces and need to die and suffer the consequences of a nuclear holocaust. And their children are going to enjoy sex with teenagers when they grow up. Little worthless bastards, scum fuck, diseased bastards, cruelty cunts, small-minded bastards. And they're the evil bastards that are being born today and children today. Just fucking worthless pieces of shit. Just evil fucking scum fuck. So that's the best it gets. Let's give you a roundup of females it's too late for me to go with. Females that are either too stale, too used, gone into negative attraction, or disgusting single mothers, or people that have fucked hundreds of people, if not more than that. I'm being told to go with a stale piece of shit when I haven't had anyone in my whole life. All these people have basically lost virginity over a nice, smooth skin, pretty looking, beautiful woman, which I'm not allowed to have. I'm not allowed to have anything like that. I got to be offered a stale piece of shit where all my enemies have taken what I should have been with away from me years and years ago. And obviously they turned, because these people are not mentally disabled and they were hardened in the head, and I couldn't get in the crowds of the rough people because they were knifing people and all the rest of them, really rough pieces of shit. There's no way I could get a fucking girlfriend back in those days. And no one allows the age gap. We've had people going back 25 years ago saying that you can go with my girl when she grows up because they've messed it up for you, saying that well, you're not going to get anyone because there's nobody single. And that's before the fucking mobile phone network and the fucking smartphone. It's even worse than now with the smartphone. Anyway, those girls that are grown up, unfortunately, they were born to be negative attraction to look like Lisa Pike. Long dark hair, chubby tight face, medium or fat build, that are basically looking ugly. And obviously these people turned against me, and obviously with these new restrictions of age gap and all the rest of it, and most of these people I haven't even seen either. So that's all through. It's all fucking through. When it comes to sexuality, Jesus Christ has made the biggest mistake in living history. Slicing the wrist of just in time is the biggest mistake you can do, especially sexuality. Because God's not going to fix it in this life, you see. I got to be dead first. And once you're dead, God can disguise all the fucking future existence of me and rip me to pieces slyly in other lives. I did mention this on my Deep Depression life story packs 10-15 years ago, that all these dealings and all this situation has to be dealt with before I die, or it confirms my evidence and I land the world in jeopardy, basically. Someone got nasty with me, actually. Saying about the Deep Depression, this is someone in authority. This goes back to 2004. And he said, what's the reason for all this? He said, you know, you just landed the whole world in jeopardy with the Deep Depression life story packs. This was before I heard about the Matrix or knew I understood about the Matrix and other stuff. I didn't say this to this person, but I said it's because of I thought to myself it's because of sexuality I turned. And they just timed a loud bike time to an erection in the sudden sex, and suddenly when I stopped this recording. So my willy goes up a bike, Christ, up comes a bike. My willy is fixed like a pulley, my willy's fixed to a bike. Or if it's not fixed to a bike, the bike comes regardless of a lookalike. Someone who sexually abused me as a child has to be tied to an erection like a pulley fixed to that as well. If there's no bike, but there's always a bike. They've always got to fix a bike to an erection. There's nothing I can do about it. The creator's just a fucking evil bastard. Right, back to what I wanted to say. Right, ladies or females it's too late to have sex with, or or whatever, I give the names. I don't really want to have to put people's names into it, but, you know, I've got to mention, and these are people I've never had sex with or never raped, or never had sex with when they were a child either. Right, so we got Sadie Dando, Ian Dando, Stephanie Hill, Stephanie Jill, whatever her surname is. I mean, when I'm speaking about Stephanie Jill, I'm not being nasty to her or insulting her or anything like that. I'm just going by what people have said about her when I mentioned that this issue occurs and the accusations that have been made against me. Tara Bowerman, Vicky Fisher went with my ex-mugger, and I'm known as a sick cunt. Look, actually, I've just looked at Vicky Fisher back in 2015, and she was not that pretty anymore, but I was known as a sick cunt as a partner when I looked at her. Another person they turned against me was Sophie. Sophie, just before they closed Morrison's, was sort of looking at me. She saw my CD that I said that I've never had anyone in my whole life. But they turned her against her. I don't know what they did or what happened. And it's just in the time period where people were being less... she was in like 24 or something like that. But the age gap moaning wasn't quite as tight as what it was then. But it was just suddenly just shot in at that sort of time period. And that's possibly what turned her against me. And then I was known as a sicko later when I saw her for her last time. Right, another person it's too late for, and again, I don't know if it's the age, because I think this person might be actually be a bit older than me, but she looks younger than me. Not 100% sure, because she used to work in WH Smith's when I was ordering Jungle CDs back in the 1996, 97, 98 area, possibly. And she was working in Boots and at that time, so I was only just sort of left school, 97, sorry, so, you know. Her name, I believe, is Heather or Helen. I can't remember what her name is. And she looks like Alicia. Well, it could be Alicia, I don't know. Either way, she doesn't like me. She turned against me because of the Savannah business. And it's too late to go with her because she's a single mother and she's with a rough person. And we've got this regular one I mentioned, the Laura curse, you know, the sunshine. Got that today. Apart from that 10 minutes when I saw the social worker earlier on, there's been blue skies and sunshine right through the day and busy and annoying. Yeah, she's turned against me. It's too late for that. She's a single mother and very used and very stale. And possibly going into negative attraction. What's the bet at that age? Oh well. Next person that I'm accused of is Amy Weston. Again, same issue. And she's had lots and lots. I mean, she's had 5,000 people on her friends list. And people she knows, let's put it this way, I won't say anything. I'm known as a sick cunt if I go with that type. All my enemies that have fucked her, so that possibly the 5,000, they're all sick bastards, because I'm not told I'm a sick bastard. I look at the Gabby Borges type, and she was smoother skinned than Gabby Borges, the American singer in America, and had a more sexier look to the face. So, you know, just proves a point, doesn't it? So, any more names? Kimberly Hobbs or Kim Cox. She's never really sort of liked me that much, but it's too late for that, and she's always been negative attraction. And I've been accused of stuff I haven't done with her, and she thinks I've got a penis that's 1 foot long, which is not true. I don't want to brag about my penis or anything like that, or personal things like this, but she actually thinks I've got a 1 foot penis. I don't know why that is. And she thinks that I've raped her as a child, when I haven't. Right, the next problem is Amanda Millis. Amanda Millis, she's one that's never liked me either. She's Sadie Dando's friend. She was born in 95. She's a single mother. She's extremely stale. She's no good. She's out the door. And she don't like me anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. But let's think of other names. I guess you could say Emma from Avalon School, the one I see on a regular basis that lives in the Oval, and she has always lived in the Oval for a long time, or whenever, even in school days, I believe. But she doesn't remember me, she doesn't like me, and she's only just started going in negative attraction as well. But what do you expect from 44, you know? You can't force people to, you know, you can't stay sexy all your life, but, you know, people have got to replace what's damaged, what's gone, which is too late. And this is why I've fallen against Christ. Christ doesn't get away with ripping my wrists, you know, I'm just in time. Jesus Christ has ripped my fucking wrists apart and cut my fucking throat. So I'm going to land him in jeopardy and like fucking mess it up for his fucking people. There's nothing I can do. It's too late for any newborn people that are newborn, and they're being born munters as well, you know, the ugly type. I mean, in 20 years I'll be 60, 65. So basically, yeah, Christ has fucked up honey completely. That lady that looks like a poodle that I said that used to go to Yeovil College, and I said everyone said she's the ugliest person ever. She did have smooth skin, but when you consider the people that you see these days and how unhygienic people look in my age group, she is actually the nearest person I can fancy, and she is quite sexy for her age. Obviously it's gone from being the ugliest, so I thought she was the ugliest, to the sexiest today, because obviously most people that age just look like Lisa Pike, you know. Tomato ketchup coming out of her mouth with rotted teeth, black greasy hair, fat build, a body full of warts or shingles looking appearance, unhygienic appearance, laughing in a stupid way, in a backwards sort of laughing way or whatever. Well, that's the sort I'm being told to go with when I've not had anyone in my whole life. Both Emma and the lady that looks like a poodle, I think she has a sister called Gemma, but Gemma's actually younger than her, but even though she's younger than her, she does actually look like a granny. I've seen her in Sherborne a few times. She also went to the same college at that time period in 96 area, where I saw her. I'm not quite sure what age she is or what age they are, but if I was to guess, I'd say she's a couple of years older than me, that one, or around my age. But then again, I was sort of 15ish, so it might be about my age, maybe not to 44, I don't know. But either way, she turned against me when this Savenne business occurred. But both Emma and both this person that looks like a dog, they're both being mistaken as ladies in their early 20s when they're actually my age or a year older than me. And people started on me and almost went into an attack on several times when this occurred. And that's only because they're sexual looking. Well, and they've actually told me that I need to be released a pike as well, that ugly type I just mentioned. Because, you know, when I was speaking to Emma especially. But yeah, on the train when I was speaking to this other one on that Saturday, going back to 2022, I can't remember what, I think it was somewhere in the end of July, August time. That's when it happened. And then a bloke and another chap in his 20s fucking started around saying you shouldn't be speaking or looking at that. Well, I didn't speak. Sort of something should be looking at you sick cunt thinking I'm Savenne, when that's not the case. And they think that she's younger than me. They think she's in her 20s when she's actually my age, or just a bit older. So yeah, it's been a lot of problems. But she doesn't like me anyway because she's turned a single mother since that time, and she's got with a rough person, and that rough person she's with is younger than me. So I don't know what age the rough person is, but there's a bit of an age gap between those two. But you know, God slice my wrist, there's nothing I can do about it. So the next problem is with this Emma, she's turned against me. Initially she did like a spastic looks at me more recently, and if I say alright, which is the last time I saw her, she said, well, you stop fucking speaking to me, I don't even know you. So I've left it at that now. Bird twist your pedo, breaking in. Oh, fuck's sake. Many colliding cars, blue sector. That's Justin, Justin or something like that. He's being fucking nice, said nastily. Yeah, I've got to be nice because of sexuality when the only thing I've had is being raped as a child. Yeah, but I've got to be nice, you see. The creator's fucking corrupt. I'd like to spell best lorry, black and blue, sexual, and rove about 100 more of it. I spit flies near me. And someone's having a spit, but it's rather close. Drain cover smashed in my ears. That's Justin, child rapist having a break in his head. Nothing you can do about it. All these forces are screwed up and buckled around me right sex time. Right, a whole load of sex cars in my direction. So 2 grey initially, then black sexual, grey sexual, light blue sexual, black sexual and grey sexual. So the government are getting nasty again. Shot dead, sick cunt, molested children, said about 100 black and blue cars. Yeah. I've got a sore throat that's just occurred. But there's sore throat, sweet smell medicine before that. There's a load of black and blue cars. I've been coughed over. Cell calls my way. The government are really fucking hammering this setup against me. Getting a bit more fucking spiteful than usual. or whoever's causing it. I forgot to mention I've been photographed as well before the threat of being shot down is mentioned. But like I said, I'm in this trap. The elite won't stop it. They want me hit off, and they're going to keep on doing it until I'm dead. And then they want me ripped to pieces in my next life. There's nothing you can do about it. They're satanically possessed by evil, but they're not a religious people. They're just doing it out of spitefulness, or because it's part of their alien, extraterrestrial, reptilian race, and they just like to rip fucking people to pieces like the human race. Right, itchy bumholes, loud bike timed down to erection, and now rough people in my direction. Like I said, the government want me to get my willy up over a loud bike and want to hit me off. There's nothing you can do about it, so there's rough people, and making it very difficult to walk anywhere without this fucking setup. Black sexual, sick white, fucking sick red, black and blue car. Now black knife shaped and grey sick. Right, Kex and Dad, black sexual, sick white, black and blue, yes fan, and motorbike time to erection. And about 50 cars, 80% set up at this minute in time. Loads of black and blue, blue sick. It's beyond countability, because I can't count it because the set's too heavy. Spikes up right on car roof. And black sexual car, and I've forgotten what the other setups are. Right, dribbling wet bow whistles. Sexual cars, sexual move suggestions, black grey sexual. About 100 vehicles in total. It's getting past the next step. We're phoning him up, getting stuff fucking stabbed dead, said by some shop worker in Aldi's. Dribbling bow whistle, that black and fucking blue car, sexual car, grey stick, buggy pushed past, a teenager and baby in a sling. The government want to get fucking nasty. There's 2 more threats in there. You're being fucking smashed out and fucking knifed in, you sick cunt. Drain covers it over. Excessive traffic flow. It's got to happen because the government is causing it to happen. Right, so you're being fucking sick cunt and being smashed in, you weirdo. Getting knifed down, you rapist said. There's nothing I can do about it. The government want this to happen. The government are causing it. There's nothing you can do. You've got to get a knife out and you've got to smash it in that person's face and take them out in a fight. There's nothing you can do. It's the government the way the government work. Right, possibly from Channel with one of his friends. I'm not sure who. Next time I see you, you're being fucking knifed, you child molester. Shouted as I was walking into, said loudly in temper as I was walking into my apartment. Dog barks, that's right, Justin. Weirdo afterwards. You're a fucking paedophile, Justin. You're being fucking knocked out when I next see him, said, from outside. Well, there's just been another argument outside saying he used to be a guitar player. Smash him in, smash you in, Justin, said. 13 loud bikes to erection. Smash you in, Justin. Smash you in, Justin. Breaking in, said. I go to the window to have a smoke, and loud bike to erection. And obviously, bash you in child abuser banged before that.